In order to have a self-driving car or robotaxi, you really need redundancy throughout the vehicle at the hardware level. So starting in, I believe it was October 2016, all cars made by Tesla have redundant power steering. So we have redundant motors on the power steering, so any one failure of if the motor fails, the car can still steer. All of the power and data lines have redundancy, so you can sever any given power line or any data line and the car will keep driving. The auxiliary power system, even if the main pack, you lose complete power in the main pack, the car is capable of steering and braking using the auxiliary power system. So you can completely lose the main pack and the car.
Hardware redundancy across the entire vehicle is essential for self-driving cars and robot taxis. Thus, all Tesla vehicles manufactured after October 2016 have redundant power steering. The power steering system has redundant motors so that the vehicle may continue to steer even in the event of a motor failure. The car can continue to operate even if any one of the power or data links is severed because they are all redundant. The auxiliary power system makes sure that the vehicle can continue to steer and brake even in the event that the main pack entirely fails. In essence, the automobile will remain secure even if the primary pack is totally lost. You're going to enjoy this if you find modern technology to be as fascinating as we do. We're exploring Tesla's most recent innovations in fully autonomous driving technology today. We have the inside scoop on how Tesla is not only changing the game, but also setting new safety standards, from the promise of autonomous taxis driving through metropolitan streets to the safety statistics grabbing media attention. Will you be able to relax and enjoy the ride to your destination in your next car? How near is this future, really? With clear explanations, knowledgeable analysis, and a discussion of some of the more complex legal issues that arise with such cutting-edge technology, we're dissecting it all. Now fasten your seatbelts, click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's begin our voyage into the future of driving with Tesla today. Greetings and welcome to Tesla Stock News. Let's get started. You know how all of us have been daydreaming of taking a seat back and leaving the driving to our cars. We're getting closer to that, though, thanks to Tesla. They appear to be developing a very promising robot taxi program. According to their most recent statistics, these vehicles may be cruising around town with relatively few collisions, roughly 1 per 9 to 15 million miles. Is that even possible to imagine? It would be akin to traveling to and from the moon without experiencing any collisions. And here's the thing. Tesla owners who activate autopilot are 10 times safer than traditional drivers, a tenfold time. That would be similar to transforming a normal car into a supercar that never gets into an accident. It's incredible to consider that you can significantly reduce your risk of collisions merely by allowing the automobile to drive itself. It kind of begs the question, why isn't everyone driving a Tesla yet? With figures like that, it seems obvious, really. Additionally, consider all the time you could save by not having to concentrate on driving. You could relax with a cup of coffee, catch up on your favorite show, or text your buddies back. It's fundamentally altering our expectations of what to anticipate from rides. A system known as the March-Evans Reliability Scale serves as a form of report card for Tesla's autonomous driving technology. It assists in determining when these vehicles will be prepared to enter fully automated taxi mode without our assistance. And what do you know? The figures appear promising. The day when we can just use our phones to summon a car, jump in, and drive around town without a driver is drawing near. Speaking of which, these disengagements seem somewhat technical, but it's just a fancy way of expressing that there are occasions when the car won't know what to do and you have to take control of it. According to Tesla's calculations, these instances are happening less frequently. We are discussing getting to a stage where the car might require your assistance a million miles from now. Think about that. You would need to take over the wheel just once if you were to drive around the planet 40 times. That is not just remarkable, but it is revolutionary. It provokes thought, isn't that right? With the rate at which technology is developing, driving could soon seem as archaic as using a flip phone. People, we're about to enter the realm of science fiction films, and it's amazing to watch everything happen in front of us. They then hired CERN Basher, an expert, to translate all the technical jargon into language that we could all grasp, and he did a fantastic job. He presented us with graphs and data that clearly illustrated how Tesla's self-driving technology is improving over time. The frequency of the car beep. Now, let's go into some of the more difficult topics, namely the legal difficulties. You know how pharmaceutical corporations can get away with it occasionally if anything goes wrong with a new drug as long as all safety procedures are followed. Well, Tesla's self-driving cars may be headed for a similar situation. As these vehicles become more intelligent and assume greater driving responsibilities without human intervention, numerous legal issues arise. There has been discussion about giving Tesla legal protection from litigation pertaining to their fully autonomous driving technology. If they follow all legal requirements, think of it as a safety net that lets them advance this cutting-edge technology without always worrying about facing legal action in the event of a mishap. But this goes beyond merely defending Tesla. It has to do with encouraging creativity while maintaining public safety. This sparks a heated debate akin to that surrounding novel medications and vaccines. Although these breakthroughs have the potential to significantly benefit lives, you want them to be available. However, you must confirm that they are indeed safe for usage by the general public. Which begs the question, how can we strike a balance between safety and innovation? How can we be certain that the advantages exceed the disadvantages? And when do we declare that a technology is prepared for a broad release? These are difficult questions, and responses will determine how soon and safely driverless vehicles are incorporated into our daily lives. It's an interesting conversation with a lot on the line for Tesla, aspiring inventors, and the rest of us who might eventually rely on these vehicles to get us where we need to go. Here's some information that may just blow your mind. All cars will eventually be able to drive themselves. It will just take longer than anticipated. The manufacturing technology used by Tesla is the most difficult to imitate. From an extended perspective, this is actually highly significant. For example, things that could be useful for road closures are already in the works. It works like this. When a Tesla driving in front of you notices a road closure, your car instantly notifies you so you don't end up stranded. That is the nature of the work that we are currently doing. Tesla's fully autonomous system is displaying some very startling safety statistics, even when it is being monitored, meaning a human is still on standby to take over the wheel if necessary. This is a significant advancement. We are not discussing small tweaks here. It would be safer to travel with an experienced co-pilot who is always alert than if you were driving alone or even with Tesla's standard autopilot system. In presenting the statistics for FSD functioning autonomously under supervision, Tesla is essentially offering us a glimpse into a future in which auto accidents are the exception rather than the rule. This is about averting severe accidents that can affect lives, not simply minor collisions. There are a lot of ramifications here. We have the capacity to change everyone's perspective on road travel. According to the facts, our roadways may get safer the more this technology is incorporated. Every time Tesla's FSD negotiates a tricky traffic situation or deftly manages circumstances that frequently result in collisions, data is being gathered, learning, and most crucially, improving. This lowers the risks related to human error. It seems like a new age in car safety is about to begin, one in which technology takes the wheel and promises to make our rides not only safer, but also smoother. So consider this. When the automobile next to you is statistically safer with FSD than without, what does it suggest for driving in the future? We are heading toward a day when driving a car in manual gear would seem as archaic as taking the horse to work. That's the kind of revolutionary effect that Tesla's FSD seeks to achieve. Here, let's take a step back and consider the wider picture. Consider a scenario in which,